Hello, it's A-Man here, and I've been getting a lot of questions about and now I know there's a lot of people out there who already know this, and I'm not expecting you to pay attention to this video if you do. But for those people who keep coming up to me and asking me, how did you make that, or how did you make that, or how do you use easy precision, or whatever, this will hopefully answer your questions. Now, easy precision is this dandy little tool that allows you to precision place things, such as these two blocks. Now, you could smash them together, but it's not going to be accurate. Just get easy precision, move first prop to second, instantly you have a perfect, seamless, whatever you would call that. But anyway, I know a lot of it pertains to body making of the pretty part of any vehicle. And, so, basically, I mean, the basics of easy precision. You can rotate a prop, you can move a prop, and then all of your basic constraints, such as sliders, advanced ball sockets, axes, and welds. So the basic first step anyone would really take, is just learning how to move something. So I've got this plate over here, and I bring out easy precision, and I want to move these plates to that one. Well, hopefully you've already have Smart Snap, or get out of here, get it, and then come back. You get out your move first prop to second option, which I think is the third option down here. And you would click on the dead center wherever you want to constrain it to, or not constrain it, move it. And of course, easy precision is going to be stupid. Nice. Don't mind that. Oh, that's why. Oh wow, I'm stupid. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's try that again. Now, I mean, this is just to be precise, to make sure that you're not offset or anything. Because if I click here and then click here, you get that. I want it exactly center. So, you know, just right where the middle is there, and it should be marked by two thickened white lines if you have your smart settings right, and there. Now, something else that this is going to do, I believe it's stock or whatnot, but say you place this here, and then you try and move your mouse. Well, uh-oh, it turns it. That is a rotation. It's just an automatic setting. You can I think it's like a rotate target, which is right underneath this little box with all of the selections. Rotate target, just, you know, check it just because it's helpful, and if not, here's how you get around that. Grab it, click the center, and then you'd click twice. Unfortunately, I'm stupid and didn't check to make sure it was actually lined up. Okay. Oh wow, I did it again. Please, somebody hit me over the head with a brick. Okay, well you just quickly click twice, unless you want to be sure that it's lined up. And then, say you want this thing to be curvy, or not curvy, but you know what I mean. You want these things to wrap around here. Well, the easiest way to do that would be to get your rotate targeted prop here. This is the second option down. This is going to be the second, one of the most helpful tools in this tool. So you click on the point, or the axis in which you want the entire thing to rotate, and then move your mouse. Just do that. So now if I wanted this to rotate right in the middle, click in the middle, it would rotate there. But I want this to do that. And but wait. I do it here, and want a lip here. Well, how do I move this without taking out my phys gun and screwing it up? You have this nifty little thing in the Easy Precision called the nudge. Up here at the top, always, you know what, just for simplicity's sake, check nudge as percent of prop width. And then up here it'll say nudge amount. I'm gonna set it to 5. That means 5% of the thickness of this thing. Whoa. And then you right click on it. And every time you right click, 5% width away from where it previously was. So now I've got my little lip. Yay. So, I mean, that's pretty much the basics of Easy Precision. You've got your nudge, you've got your move, and you've got your rotate. Anything else, say you were to get your weld tool here, really, all that would do is, all it does is the same thing. It moves the prop to where you click it. But the difference with that and the regular move is that it would make it a weld. So, you know, if it unfreezes, it's stuck there, it's welded to it. And I mean, same thing with the axis. You get out that tool and you click on the axis constraint, it's going to move the prop. Guess I know it's off center. Whoa. And then you see it's an axis, not a weld. And move first target, or move first prop to second, doesn't put any constraint. Then of course you've got your ball socket and advanced ball socket. I don't use advanced ball socket, and slider, it's a bit outdated. It's for simple things. I mean, say you just wanted this thing and this thing to, slide apart from each other. I guess you could use it, but really it's not super helpful anymore. You see. But yeah, I mean, people used to use those for pistons and engines. Problem is the placement of that slider. It's impossible to use anymore. Never mind, some people didn't understand what I just said. Anyway, that's pretty much the basics of Easy Precision. Now, another thing people whine at me all the time about is, how did you make that? Well, I'll tell you, this takes time. This body takes time. This one took me all of like half an hour. And I mean, I can understand, because some people are they're going to get a box. Well, it's difficult to teach this, because it's more of an art form than it is anything else. I'm not going to teach you how to parent it, because I'd hope you already knew how to parent things. I mean, other people have videos out, but just the general design process. I really don't, the general idea of things is to find props that, it's basically like trying to build a sphere out of circles. Some people are good at it, some people aren't. It just takes practice. I mean, here, let's see, do I have some of my first attempts here? Probably not. No. Shoot, I don't have any of my first body attempts. Well, but I'll tell you, they were pretty pitiful. First body I ever made was bad. It takes time to make these kind of things. And now you're gonna, detailing. Yeah, okay, so the basic structure here, this is what I'll do for you. Say I want to make something that kind of curves in a type thing. But how do you get curves? Well, okay, so you see this is the front of whatever I'm building. That's the side. And what I'm going to do here second prop thing, do that, and then same on the other side. And then get out your rotate tool, and then I'm going to rotate that up. I'm going to leave it at an angle just because I like it at an angle. You don't have to leave it at an angle, you can put it like that. But then, well, I want it to kind of curve. Well, unfortunately for you, unless you spend a lot of time in props, it's pretty much, I'm not going to say it's impossible, it's very possible to make a sphere, not a sphere, but a circle in Gary's mod. But not many people do it, because it takes up a lot of props, and props cause lag, and I mean, I could care less about lag, but I know a lot of people whine all the time about lag. Okay, so here's what I would do instead. It kind of looks like it would, or maybe you're not even trying to make a sphere, maybe you're just trying to make that. Maybe that's exactly what you wanted, and you shouldn't even be listening to me, because you know exactly what you want. And now, all I'm going to do is finish that. Gosh, okay. Remember, you have to switch between tools. It takes getting used to. A lot of getting used to. That was random lag spike. Why? So then it's basically the same place, rotate, repeat process if you want to get stuff done. This is just how I do it. People might do it another way. But as you can see, it kind of does that type thing. I mean, and then say you actually built this correctly, or I did, and then you put your frame under there, and it could be like a quad bike. Heck, I don't know. I mean, this is a massive quad bike, but and eventually, I mean, using this same technique, getting around the corners, is how I would do this rounded edge here. Or, I mean, well, actually, that's also a little different. But, I mean, up here, oof, that was a lot of screwing around. Okay, see this? It kind of does this curve, because it takes time and screwing around to get anything done. And then, now, there are going to be fudgy spots and things. Let me see if I have it. Do I have, oh no. Is it on the server? Crap. Who's sending me a message? Oh well, you're gonna have to wait. Here, was this a pain in the butt? Can't remember. No, that went pretty much all smoothly, but I'll show you that in a minute. Now there are spots like this where you're not gonna be able to get a perfect curve, so you're gonna have to layer up these props, and there's no easy way to precision do those things. So what I wind up doing is just taking these things, and I almost like hand do it. Kind of rotate it in that specific way. Now that's very difficult, and what helps out a little bit is if you have this Feels Gun build mode on, because then it kind of locks it on an axis, and then you can see what I mean, and then you'd put it in there, of course on a smaller scale. Oh, what happened to this? Anyway, this is a Triumph TR6. As you can see, everything pretty much went smooth. It was a rather simple car to build. But how did I get this perfect circle? Well, these are just a whole lot of little props. They are the load ball. They are these things, these Tesla wheels. And now what I did is I got my stacker tool, which is a very important tool. You want to get that. I'm not going to teach you how to use that either, because that's just I would just set the correct numbers and, you know, click on it, and it would spawn a whole bunch of them in a row. Well, I mean, where you basically precision each one together, but that's a buttload of props. Simplistic interior, this I didn't spend much time in. And you see this, I had to kind of weasel together. Now you're not going to find props that are perfect for a, what would you call it, oh my gosh, convertible roof. You're gonna have to use your creativity. Think, what would make a curve what kind of is like, would encase something? I mean, I thought of the bucket. This bucket is a great prop to use because then you just stick three of them together and you got this kind of curvy thing which looks like it could be a sunroof. It's up to you to decide. So I mean, it takes a bit of fudging around. And then for details, you use these little things like this, very helpful if you're building a car. Type in LIGHT light and hit enter in the search box. And you've got all these great props. These are hooks and handles and lights and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, for this, you could take a really thin plate, stick it in here, and then copy it a whole bunch of times, or you could just get a radiator. You see, this is a radiator that I just kind of stuck in there. Those are gas tanks. Details. I mean, this is not detailed at all. I could go into detail, but I'm not. I mean, there's the lights. There are the lights. I mean, you've got your radio, blah, blah, blah. That's how I would do it. I don't know how anybody else would. And then to get a curvature on the windshield, use that rotate tool. Set it to a very light snap degree. You don't have to keep it at the stock 15 down here. You could set it to 7.5 or 3.5 or whatever, and then make a very fine line, and then just go off there. I mean, that's how I did the hood. You see, those are ever so slightly tilted, and it gives it this great effect, and you see they're tilted in that other way as well, on the x-axis as well. And that's, I mean, pretty much it in terms of design. Drop comments if you have any other questions. Wheel wells, I'll tell you, are always bad to make. They're always really bad to make. I mean, it just looks boxy, yes, but they're very difficult to make. That's why I got lucky on this car and just slapped those on. Specialized construction too, I mean, if you got curves, they're good. Triangles, use them. Really, they're simply just, I mean, go through here one day and look at all the stuff. I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say about this. Other than battle tank. That's how I find this. Okay, well, if you have any questions, comments, leave them, please. Amen out.